Friday, the 13th of October 2017, 0738 WASHINGTON. Alliance News. The U.S. House of Representatives on Thursday approved legislation that includes assistance for hurricane-hit Puerto Rico after President Donald Trump said the U.S. aid agencies and military can't stay there forever. The bill, which passed 35,369, also includes disaster aid funding for people in Texas and Florida, which also were struck by hurricanes in recent weeks, and for California, where disaster relief efforts are just getting started in the midst of deadly wildfires. The bill, which passed the Senate last month, provides an additional $36 billion United States dollars for disaster relief. It appropriates an additional $18.7 billion United States dollars to the U.S. Disaster Relief Fund, of which up to $4 United States dollars and 90 cents is to be made available as loans to local governments, including Puerto Rico. Puerto Rican Governor Ricardo Rossello asked for additional grant aid totaling $4.6 billion United States dollars on Monday. He said the Caribbean island is grateful for the federal emergency assistance so far, but needs more. The cost of the damage caused by Maria is estimated at $95 billion, or about 150% of Puerto Rico's GDP, Rossello said. The U.S. territory, with 3.4 million residents who are U.S. citizens, has faced years of economic challenges. Puerto Rico was in the process of restructuring much of its more than $70 billion debt before the hurricane struck. At least 45 people were killed by Maria, which struck Puerto Rico on September 20. The entire electrical grid was knocked out, and thus far only about 17% of customers have had their power restored, according to the Puerto Rican government website status.pr. House Speaker Paul Ryan said the government needs to ensure that Puerto Rico can begin to stand on its own 2 feet and said the U.S. has got to do more to help Puerto Rico rebuild its own economy. Ryan plans to visit the island on Friday. The bill passed after Trump said earlier on Twitter that U.S. Federal Emergency Management Agency FEMA, the military and first responders could not stay in Puerto Rico forever. Electric and all infrastructure was disaster before hurricanes, the president added in a subsequent tweet, referring to the island's debt. The tweets prompted a bitter condemnation by San Juan Carmen Yulín Cruz, who criticized Trump of being incapable of empathy. Cruz, who has been critical of Trump repeatedly since the disaster, said in a letter that the president's tweets, comments and actions in response to the devastation wrought by Hurricane Maria seem to be taken out of a book on how to add insult to injury rather than a book on how to help during a humanitarian crisis. The letter also asks the world to stand with the people of Puerto Rico and stop the genocide that will result from the lack of appropriate action of a president that just does not get it. Cruz sent the letter to a member of the U.S. House of Representatives, asking him to read it on the floor of the chamber ahead of the vote on additional disaster relief funding. The representative's office shared the letter with DPA. Trump, who visited Puerto Rico last week to view the damage and observe relief efforts, said then that the U.S. federal government is committed to seeing Puerto Rico through the crisis. By Gretel Johnston, copyright DPA.